Now, next up on our list, as if you may recognize, is... Oh my word, it's an alicorn! Alicorns are one of my favorite magical creatures, like, ever! And an alicorn is, Miss Sunny? An alicorn is a mixed breed pony of an earth pony, a unicorn, and a pegasus. He or she can have a magical horn, wings, and floral manipulation, or the ability to control plant life. Correct, Miss Sunny. You really know your alicorns.
Is that a hippocampus, Blue Mcdonald?
That is correct, Hitch. Half pony, half fish. Our hippocampus lives in the property lake, but I should warn you, she's a little bit on the, how can I put this lightly? She's a smidgen spoiled. She's a princess in the land of the hippocampuses, you see, and she tends to be a little bit snooty when it comes to being taken care of. Oh, I see. Our hippocampus is an extremely good swimmer, and she has a magical voice that can hypnotize any creature that listens to her song. Whoa. That. And she's also got Pegasus wings. What? No way. Yes way. And because she's part horse, not only does she have gills, but she also has lungs. So not only can she breathe air, but she can also fly. No way! That is so cool! Our hippocampus, Pip, helps to keep our lake fresh and clean because the water in there is magical, as well as the seaweed. It helps to keep our magical crops nice and healthy. So whenever we have a drought, we always have plenty of water for all of our crops.
That's a pegasus up there in the top right corner, right, Blue Mcdonald?
Yep, I do. That's a pegasus. We have a whole herd of them, 4 to be exact. The pegasi here help with the weather conditions. They keep the rain going nice and steady and fresh along the farm when they can. However, when there ain't any clouds in the sky, it can't really be helped much. But they try to keep the clouds in a good steady pace, so usually we get rain whenever it's God's will for us to have rain. Plus, they also keep the grass here on the property mowed, so the rattlers and the big old snakes don't come into our farm and come in here eating our critters. When the grass ain't tall enough to slither through, they don't like being caught by them rat birds of prey or them raptors. You know, hawks and the like. Normal birds. Ah, okay. And then we have our dragon. Oh, is he a fire-breathing or a water-breathing dragon? Fire-breathing. Water-breathing dragons are on the other side of the world, ma'am. And not only that, but our dragon has got a little baby brother on the way.
Aww, cool, a baby dragon. When's he coming?
The baby dragon's expected any day now. But with his mother on vacation, he's having to look after his baby brother here on the farm. And the very last thing on the list is our main source of food supply. I don't think I've ever seen corn like that before, in so many colors.
I have. I believe it's called rainbow corn.
Bingo! That there rainbow corn is what we use to feed all of our animals here. It's good, it's got nutrition, it's got vitamin A, B, C, D, it's got iron, and of course the leaves are good protein too, believe it or not. So that's 7 jobs in all. Right, at least for the moment. We might have more on the way, but for now it's just the 7. Collect the eggs from the cockatrice, preen the phoenix. The alicorn's job is special. You'll learn about her more later on.
Then we need to make sure the water is clean for both the hippocampus and for our water.
And then we gotta make sure the pegasi get herded into the grazing fields where it needs grazing. Then we collect fire breath from our dragon friend and make sure the egg is doing alright. And finally, we harvest the rainbow corn. And tonight, after we get the harvesting, I'm planning on cooking some delicious rainbow corn on the cob. I've never tasted rainbow corn on the cob before. Oh, you'll love it. It is delicious, especially when you melt butter on it after it's cooked. It's good. Well, if y'all are going to be hired on this farm, I'm going to need some help from my official farm hands to help get our work done. Excuse me for 1 minute, junior farm hands. Calling all farm hands, please report to the castle on the double, please. We got us some new farm helpers. And they should be here in a 3, a 2, and a 1. Woof, woof. I came as soon as I heard, Blue. Oh, boy, we've only got some help around here. Yeah! Howdy there, junior farm hands. My name's Volcano. I'm Blue's second-in-command farmhand here on the Blue Mcdonald farm.
It's nice to meet you, Volcano. My name is Sunny.
My name is Hitch.
Well, it's nice to meet the both of y'all. Where's Shauna, Volcano? She was just doing her first trick in the morning on the rainbow corn. She wants to make sure it's nice and ripe for harvesting today.
And is it?
Nay, nay, nay. Oh, nay, nay, nay. Shauna, you forgot the translation spell again. Oh, nay, nay, nay.
I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I forget I have to use my horn to do a translation spell to translate my nays into actual words. Oh my word, you can talk?
A little magical help, but yeah, I can.
Isn't that cool? Where are my manners? I'm Shauna, one of the farmhands here on Blue Mcdonald's farm. A 7-star scout.
Hitch Trailblazer. Nice to meet you, Miss,
Shauna Graphic Heart. I had no idea that the Alicorn was one of your farmhands, Miss Blue Mcdonald.
Oh, yes. She's a good hard worker. She likes to draw graphic novels whenever she's not working. When I first found her, she was looking for a place to call home. So, I offered her a place here on my farm. And in exchange for work, she gets her own little piece of property to call home. And whenever she's not working, she gets all the time she likes to work on her graphic novels.
You make graphic novels?
In my spare time. Why do you think my last name is Graphic Heart?
Ah, I see.
Alrighty, farmhands, let's give these here junior farmhands a tour of our farm. You got it, Miss McDonald. One tour coming up. This way, junior farmhands. Now, over here to the right of the castle is our enchanted aviary, where all our mythical birds are kept. Now, cockatrices like it nice and cold and dark whenever they're not out feasting, so our cockatrice Steve is nests here on the bottom level, whereas the phoenix that likes sunlight nests at the top level. See, there she is up there.
Does she have a name?
Her name is Philomena. Phoenixes can live for a very long time, perhaps even a few hundred years. They just burn away their old feathers, and then they rise from the ashes, beginning a new life. All right, farmhands, this way, please. Now, to the right of our castle, you'll find our herd of Pegasi.
Ooh, cool.
Now, the Pegasi here have a tendency to like flying about, and that's all well and good, as long as they don't technically leave the farm. Which is why we put up these electro fences that give the Pegasi a little bit of a shock in case they try to go over the fence, whether it's from here or whether they try to fly over it from the sky. Now my horn can actually turn the fence on and off when we need it to be, but sometimes the Pegasi tend to want to fly away. Nay, 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 nay! Nay, nay, nay! Nay, nay. Nay, nay. Shauna, translation spell, please. Nay. Sorry, Blue Mcdonald. I was just telling Lucky to keep herself inside the fence or she'd get chopped. She said, all right, I'm going back down. Lucky Lux tends to get a little bit fussy around these sorts of things, you know. They can get up to the clouds just fine above the field. We just want to make sure they don't go flying off into the woods getting themselves lost and stuff. Come on, Blue Mcdonald, let's show them the lake. I don't think there's any need for that. Pip! The flying hippocampus! My name is Pip, and I'd greatly prefer if you'd use it. Oh, what are you doing here, Pip? A little birdie told me that there were some new farmhands coming onto the property. I've heard we need some new farmhands around the place. Ah, that we do, Pip. Well, as long as Shauna and Volcano are still the ones cleaning out my lake, that's perfectly fine. They'll learn how to clean your lake just fine, Pip. You don't need to worry about a thing. We'll see. Well, I better get back to my lake. After all, the seaweed isn't going to harvest itself. Is she usually like that? Most of the time, unless she's having a really good day. But don't worry, you'll get used to her. She just doesn't like the idea of new farmhands working on her lake. Trust me, she didn't like the idea of me working on her lake when I first came here to the farm. Blue Mcdonald, just so you're aware, we might want to show our new farmhands the dragon nest later on. I checked the temperature and it's like really hot in there, like dangerously hot. It's not exactly safe to go in there right now. Ah, thanks, Volcano. We'll go back to the dragon lair later, once it's had time to cool down from whatever's going on down there. For now, we've got to get to work. All right, junior farmhands. You remember how to call the chart? I do. Chart, please. Somebody's learning the ropes quick. Okay, so first we have to collect the eggs from the cockatrice. Squawk! Bingo, farmhands!